Thank you, Director Bourget. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular board meeting for the Rainbow District School Board for Tuesday, March the 24th. I want to welcome everybody who's joined us online this evening, plus lots of familiar faces that are in the audience tonight, so we look forward to your presentation. So we'll start tonight's meeting with our land acknowledgement. The Rainbow District School Board would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Anishinaabeg, including the Atikamekw, Anishinaabeg, and the Wahnapitae nations. We'd like to acknowledge that we are situated within the Robinson-Huron Treaty of 1850 and want to recognize the inherent rights of the Anishinaabeg that maintain these lands from time immemorial. And we'll start tonight's meeting with a roll call. Director Bourget, please.
Trustee Dubosky. Trustee Farrell.
Present.
Trustee Gibson.
Present.
Trustee Cosmely.
Present.
Trustee McCauley.
Present.
Trustee Dewar.
Present.
Trustee Hunda.
Present.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
Present.
Trustee Clement.
Present.
Student Trustee Sear.
Present.
Student Trustee Gannett.
Present.
Thanks very much, Director. Our first item is business is the approval of the agenda. We'll need a mover and a seconder that the agenda of the regular board meeting of March 24th, 2026 be approved. That's moved by, please, Trustee Cosmerly and seconded by Trustee Hunda. Any questions, errors, or omissions? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor?
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor?
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor?
Trustee Cosmely.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Sear.
In favor.
Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. Next item of business. Are there any declarations of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentations, and I'll turn the chair over to Director Bourget to introduce our presentation tonight.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. I'll be brief. As you know, we've identified math as a priority, and we certainly have great plans in place, and we've seen incremental gains over time due to the hard work of our very strong administrative teams and the teams that support them. So tonight we have an update on the Math Action Plan, and I will turn it over to Superintendent Cozier, who is our lead for this, to introduce and to also say thank you to the presenters who worked very hard to put this all together for our presentation to enjoy tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Bourget, and good evening. We're very pleased to present this progress report on the board's Math Achievement Action Plan. The plan addresses 3 priority areas for math instruction and outlines specific strategies at the system, school, and classroom levels. Joining us this evening is Principal of Program Kate McKenzie, who will speak about how our board is addressing each of the identified priority areas, as well as highlight some of the exciting initiatives in our schools related to math instruction and learning. As reflected in our EQAO scores, we continue to see growth in mathematics teaching and learning throughout Rainbow Schools. We look forward to maintaining this trajectory through planning and implementation. We'll also be joined by math coach Sarah DeWitt and principals Patrick Hopkin and Carrie Wilson, who will outline some of the school-based initiatives and actions being undertaken in support of math learning. Earlier this year, and over the past number of years, we've provided information focused on board-level actions and outcomes. We'll continue to highlight those this evening, but we appreciate the opportunity to also share how schools are using system supports and resources to take action in their schools and classrooms. We're excited to share all of the great things happening throughout the board in math instruction, and would be happy to answer any questions at the end of the presentation. This is our 3rd year of working within the ministry's Math Achievement Action Plan, or MAP, framework. This process has involved significant data collection and review, analysis, and reflection. Through an iterative process, we continue to work to refine our strategy as a system to ensure that teachers have the resources they need to ensure math success for all students. Tonight, we're very pleased to provide an update of our 2025-26 Math Achievement Action Plan. We'll begin with a summary of the ministry requirements and directives related to the plan. We'll also share a snapshot of the growth we've experienced in the 3 priority areas: fidelity of implementation of the curriculum, strengthening teacher and math curriculum and content knowledge, and responsive teaching. At this time, I'd like to invite Principal Kate McKenzie to join me at the podium.
Thank you, Superintendent Kozar. As part of the MAP framework, all schools are required to develop a math action plan that outlines both school and classroom level strategies, along with measurable outcomes aligned to the Ministry of Education's 3 priority areas for improving mathematics instruction. To ensure coherence across the system, the school improvement planning process integrates these math achievement action plan strategies within the board's overall numeracy priority. Working with central staff, as well as the Ministry of Education, we have identified and addressed specific strategies at the board, school, and classroom levels. Alignment between all levels ensures common messaging, consistent practice, and improved outcomes for students. Throughout this presentation, we will provide examples of what information is being entered into the ministry portal for the March 2026 Math Achievement Action Plan report. In each of the color-coded sections from the previous slide, we will highlight information about the strategies being used by the board and how we measure progress and success. As a system, we use a data-driven cycle of collection, analysis, planning, and implementation and feedback to support ongoing gains in student achievement. This intentional and responsive cycle fosters continuous improvement, ensuring that every decision is rooted in evidence and aimed at enhancing student learning and achievement. Throughout this presentation, we will elaborate further on each phase of the cycle and illustrate how it is implemented at the board, school, and classroom levels to drive system-wide improvement. As part of the MAP, the ministry requires the board to collect data on the implementation of our strategies and measure their impact. With key performance indicators, or KPIs, the board uses a number of metrics to determine whether our actions are having the desired effect. Information includes report card data, EQAO achievement, attendance rates, students' perception of themselves as mathematicians, and staff feedback on board and ministry resources and their implementation in the classroom. Throughout this presentation, you will see how we continue to work to create consistent, high-quality learning experiences for students in mathematics throughout the board. This is achieved by building educator confidence and capacity, providing tools and resources that are effective and accessible, and monitoring student progress so that misconceptions can be addressed quickly and effectively. The whole system focus means that not only are teachers receiving support, but we continue to provide school administrators with access to data, resources, and guidance on how to best facilitate math instruction in schools. As shared in November, we have identified a number of trends through our data analysis. Some key areas of focus include the importance of instruction related to fractions, decimals, and algebraic thinking, foundational concepts that require explicit instruction, practice, and significant exposure to ensure deep and thorough understanding. In addition to these specific concepts, EQAO and board-collected data confirms the importance of engaging students in rich, challenging questions that require students to use their knowledge and skills in a variety of contexts. While we maintain a focus on basic mathematics skills like counting, subtraction, and multiplication, students also need meaningful opportunities to apply their mathematical thinking. By first developing and practicing the foundational skills necessary for success, and then challenging students to use those skills to solve real and engaging problems, we help them build both conceptual understanding and problem-solving ability. This balance between skill development and application provides students with the strongest pathway to success in mathematics. Engaging students in mathematics learning means building confidence and engagement. We want every student to see themselves as a capable mathematician, and we also want students to see mathematics as a joyful, exciting activity. By showing students the value of math and their ability to be successful, we can increase engagement, initiative, and success. After reviewing both current and historical data, we have identified a series of targeted actions within each priority area to strengthen mathematics teaching and learning across the system. Our focus begins with ensuring high-quality instruction by providing teachers with access to the most effective, research-based resources and instructional practices available. We are committed to building staff capacity as math educators through ongoing professional learning that deepens both mathematical content knowledge and instructional expertise. This includes opportunities such as PA days, staff meetings, and math demonstration classroom visits, all designed to model and support effective math instruction. In addition, we continue to support administrators and teachers in using data to better understand their students' learning needs, identify areas of strength and growth, and plan instruction that is responsive and targeted. By embedding data-driven decision-making into daily practice and aligning professional learning with system goals, we ensure that every educator has the knowledge, tools, and support needed to deliver high-quality mathematics instruction that leads to measurable gains in student achievement. As part of our Math Achievement Action Plan, we remain committed to ensuring high-quality instruction for all learners by identifying clear, actionable steps, defining indicators of success, and fostering meaningful family engagement. This comprehensive approach is designed to strengthen instructional consistency, build educator capacity, and support equitable outcomes for students across the system. In November's presentation, we focused on identifying the specific actions we would undertake this year to support high-quality instruction and enhance family engagement. At the mid-year point of the school year, this is an important opportunity to reflect on the indicators of success we established at the beginning of the year. One key area of focus is improving math achievement for students with special education needs. Through intentional collaboration with special education staff, including targeted professional learning designed to support exceptional learners in mathematics, we are working to strengthen outcomes for these students. Another indicator we use to measure impact is the broad diagnostic assessment for grades 3, 6, and 9, administered 3 times a year through Knowledge Hook. This allows us to monitor student growth over time and identify where targeted support is needed. The February results for our priority schools highlight both strengths and areas for continued focus. Green indicates where students were successful, while white highlights concepts requiring further support. The final column shows growth compared to the fall assessment. Many students who were initially below grade level demonstrated significant improvement. For example, student 1 increased from 15% in the fall to 77% in February, reflecting a 62% gain. This growth reaffirms the impact of intentional instruction and targeted interventions as learning gaps begin to close and more students experience success. Central staff, including coaches and consultants, support schools in regularly reviewing achievement data to inform instruction and plan targeted interventions. Administrators use this data to guide school improvement planning, identify trends, allocate resources, and respond to specific student needs, ensuring a cohesive and effective approach to improving student outcomes. Central staff were recently invited to make a presentation at the Special Education Resource Teachers Professional Development Day. At this session, we focused on interpreting Knowledge Hook growth data, forming flexible groupings, and accessing intervention supports with Knowledge Hook. This learning has also been shared with administrators to support schools in working with their CERT teams to plan targeted instruction and interventions. Visits to the demonstration classrooms are highly impactful. The vast majority of educators indicate that an extensive amount of new learning occurred during their visits and that it made an impact on their own practice as teachers. 100% of educators who visited the demonstration classroom indicated that they would recommend a visit to their colleagues. On this slide, you can see an example of the powerful feedback educators have provided. I really enjoyed my time at the demonstration classroom. The staff and students were welcoming and knowledgeable, and it was a pleasure to see how smoothly and engagingly math can be taught, even when the subject feels challenging. This visit sparked new ideas, questions, and ongoing conversations, and has made me even more excited about teaching math. Thank you for running this math demonstration program. I look forward to the next learning opportunity. Demonstration classrooms remain a highly effective professional learning model and are well attended and much appreciated by educators throughout the board. These classrooms, housed at Churchill Public School, Princess Anne Public School, Little Current Public School, and Chelmsford Elementary School, have 2 interconnected impacts. First, students in those classrooms benefit by receiving instruction from a highly qualified mathematics teacher. These students experience math instruction in an environment that is tailor-made for success and driven by a subject expert. Secondly, these classrooms allow educators from across the board to see best practices in action and then receive support on implementation in their own classrooms. It is truly a win-win proposition for all involved. Students within the host school benefit, as do schools across the system. Our math demonstration classrooms are a powerful tool to move math learning forward. I'm so excited this evening to introduce one of our math coaches, Sarah DeWitt. Sarah has worked at Churchill Public School for the past 2 years as a math coach. Tonight, she's going to highlight some of the exciting initiatives and practices that she is sharing with educators across the board with a specific focus on her Fact Fluency program.
Thank you, Kate. Good evening, everyone. I'm proud to share with you a program that started very small and is spreading in our system, our Fact Fluency program. When students become fluent with math facts, they spend less time struggling with computations during the math block. The Fact Fluency program consists of intentional, deliberate practice that is not only impactful, but also highly engaging and motivational. All students can access the math in order to develop mastery with basic math facts. Here's how it works. In my demonstration classrooms, we find a consistent time where students can practice math facts daily. In my grade 3 class, Fact Fluency is part of our morning entry routine. Students are tested in during the first week in September using the Fact Tracker from our K-6 math website. This also allows my co-teacher and I to observe student behaviors, strategies, and mindset to help us make decisions about learning progress. We use the Class at a Glance resource to keep track of our students' fact goals and next steps. This, along with the observations we've made, help us decide on the intentional partnerships we want to make during the fluency routine. Once student pairings are made based on fact goals, we ask students to come up with a team name and place their tag on a tracker board where the fact goals are displayed. We also welcome our class chicken to the classroom with a fun naming party, part of the celebration when teams level up. Our next step is to create targeted games for each group, allowing students to practice intentionally and use supports to help them reach their fact fluency goals. We prepare envelopes with students' names on them and include games from our website that align with their specific fact goal, along with all necessary materials. After introducing the games, we co-create success criteria with students to guide our fact fluency routine. Our final step is to build a space in our classroom where students can access their games, track their progress on our tracking board, move their tags interactively as they level up, as well as use any supports they may need to help them reach their fact goal. The co-created success criteria is laminated and displayed above the tracking board, enabling us to record which students meet certain criteria during the fact routine each day. As part of our classroom economy, students can apply for weekly helper jobs, including the math board helper. Here's how our classroom routine works. Students enter the classroom each morning and greet my co-teacher and I, find a snack, fill up their water bottle, and immediately find their game envelope and materials. Students choose a space where they feel comfortable, and we encourage everyone to spread out and begin setting up their game boards. Once both partners are ready, they begin to play right away. Throughout the week, I have a scheduled time where I meet with specific groups to observe, ask questions, and provide supports through mini lessons, strategy instruction, or addressing misconceptions. I also use this time to record observations that align with our success criteria. On Fridays, students can request a test when they feel ready and can demonstrate automatic recall of their fact goal. When the Mission Impossible theme song comes on, that's the signal for students to clean up, return materials, and gather at our meeting space. Our math board helper reads the names of students who have shown evidence of the success criteria. I try to catch something for everybody. This gives us a chance to record any observations we've made during the math block and highlight key moments we've seen during this time as well. The celebration time yields meaningful and intentional conversations and more opportunities to grow in our learning. When students feel ready, they can request a test on test day or Friday, or during our scheduled meeting if we notice readiness. Students who master their fact goal celebrate by moving their tags on the class tracking board and honking the chickens. We have even been invited to the school's Junior Chicken Run, where students who wish to celebrate their success in fact mastery and reaching goals run up and down the junior hallway with the chicken while their peers and teachers cheer them on. Talk about motivation and celebration. If one partner passes their fact test and the other needs more time, they have to work together to help each other by focusing on strategies and supporting one another. Lastly, what I love about this program is that it allows me to meet students where they are, adjusting mini lessons with intention and supporting fact fluency with broader math learning. When this program first began, a colleague and I used rubber chickens to make some noise to celebrate our students when they leveled up. We noticed that the excitement quickly spread within our school. At Churchill, it's not uncommon to hear honking and cheering as students line the hallway in celebration on any given Friday. As a demonstration teacher and a math coach, this chicken run caught the attention of some of my visitors and has since spread to Larchwood and Lansdowne Public Schools. One of my favorite moments this year was when my grade 3 demonstration partner and I brought our grade 3 students to join the Junior Chicken Run. Let's take a look.
Like, is this awesome or what? You guys can work hard. Sawyer and Charlotte both passed their times 2 and now are on times 10.
A few months later, I was thrilled to receive an email from Principal Belanger with Larchwood's first chicken run just before our winter break this year. Let's take a moment to watch one of their first chicken runs in action. At the start of the year, our goal for my support schools was to focus on mindset, engagement, and fluency. This fluency program quickly sparked the interest of students and teachers and has, in some cases, expanded to include mental math strategies, aligning with one of its original intentions. The clip on the right highlights a grade 6 student at Larchwood who was asked to share his strategy for mastering his dividing by 3 facts.
Good morning, everyone. I am here with Sawyer in grade 6, and Sawyer just did his chicken run because he has mastered his divided by 3 facts. So he's going to explain to us the strategy that he uses when doing those facts. Go ahead, Sawyer.
Hi, everyone. So, when you're doing any fact divided by, there's always a times fact to go with it. So I'm going to spin the game right now. Landed on 15. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So there's always, whatever number you have, a times fact to go with your divided back. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that with us, Sawyer.
And lastly, I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share the highlights of this program with you.
Thank you, Sarah. We appreciate the opportunity to highlight just some of the many exciting things happening in our schools with the support of our math coaches. Students are engaged and excited about math learning, and we're continuing to see dividends in student achievement. As part of our Math Achievement Action Plan, we are focusing on deepening understanding of math teaching and learning for all students. Our work emphasizes clear actions, defined success indicators, and meaningful family engagement to support student achievement. In the fall, we shared that to build capacity, we provide monthly staff newsletters, highlighting math resources, and post ministry math content series webinars on our RDSB K-6 program website to promote system-wide alignment. Supported by ministry funding, we also offer subsidies for math additional qualifications, helping educators strengthen both content knowledge and instructional skills. These efforts ensure all learners have the opportunity to succeed in mathematics. Halfway through the school year is an ideal time to reflect on the success indicators we set at the start of the year. A key area of focus is improving math confidence. We continue to emphasize social emotional learning and math resilience, helping students develop confidence, persistence, and a growth mindset when approaching challenges. Along with student achievement, we want to know if students see themselves as mathematicians and have a positive mindset. Not only do students need to see the skills to be successful in mathematics, they need to be confident in their ability to complete challenging tasks and problems. Confidence and competence are closely linked. Therefore, we need to model and build our students' ability to persevere while also giving them the skills they need to be successful. With this in mind, we work with schools and teachers to provide varied opportunities for students to engage with math and strategies to build student resilience and tenacity when working through problems. As part of our Math Achievement Action Plan, students complete a brief survey 3 times a year, November, February, and June, to capture their experiences and attitudes towards math. Over the past year and a half, we have seen significant growth in students' confidence and engagement in math. We are maintaining this progress and aim to continue fostering growth through the remainder of the year. Interestingly, while 59% of grade 3 students feel they are good at math, 69% say that they enjoy it. This highlights the importance of supporting both confidence and a positive attitude towards math learning. These trends reflect the impact of our work with teachers and schools to build positive math mindsets, helping students see themselves as capable mathematicians and encouraging persistence, enjoyment, and growth in mathematics. I'd now like to invite Principal Patrick Hopkin of Chelmsford Valley District Composite School to speak about ways that his school has brought math to life for students.
Thank you, Principal Mackenzie. When creating our school improvement plan for math, we dug deeper into the 2025 EQAO questionnaire. We focused specifically on the following 3 questions. I like math, I'm good at math, and can I answer difficult math questions? In reviewing the responses, we concluded that we needed to do more to promote a positive math mindset in students. We want students to believe in their abilities to do math, make math real, and make math fun. Each week, our math coach, Emma Ferris, creates math challenge questions and posts them outside the main office. This is a fun and engaging activity designed to get students thinking creatively and critically about math outside of the classroom math lesson. These questions have 4 different levels of difficulty, which allows for multiple entry points. Some of the topics that have been covered over the year are fractions, measurement, estimation, and word problems. For example, Vice Principal Stephanie Terrio and I took pictures in front of lockers holding a meter stick. Students were asked to estimate our height using items from the pictures as a reference. The right answers are collected as we select 1 student from each of the 4 levels. Of course, this is a moment of celebration. We reveal the names over the announcements, and the students get a slice of pizza the following week. These challenges have not only created a lot of fun and excitement about math, students are also building confidence, improving their communication skills, and developing a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts. A second focus for us is fact fluency. As math coach Sarah DeWitt mentioned, fact fluency is a student's ability to quickly and accurately recall basic math facts for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. When students can easily recall their math facts, they can spend more time focusing on new concepts, not getting bogged down with the calculations. Here are 2 fact fluency trackers from Lauren Moulton's grade 2-3 and Cora Gladou's 3-4 classrooms. Students place their clothespins on the fact they are working on and move through the fact fluency continuum as they progress. Having Emma Ferris as a math coach in our school has had a tremendous impact on our math practice and has allowed for greater consistency in our math across all grades. Emma currently teaches in 2 classes 4 days a week and has provided support to all of our primary and junior students. Classrooms have set goals for themselves as they work to become fact fluency masters. Classroom goals, shown in the first picture of 3 cupcakes, is to have 3/4 of the class master addition and subtraction facts for 1, 2, 0, 10, doubles, and making tens. As they reach their goal for each fact, the cupcake becomes colorful. Once the cupcakes are filled in, the students receive a small cupcake celebration. The students in the second classroom goal is to have half the class master all addition and subtraction facts. Similar to the cupcakes, as their facts are mastered, they color in a piece of the sundae. Once the sundae is colored in, the class receives a Sunday celebration. As students master their facts, they are recognized for being a math fact master in either addition, subtraction, or multiplication division. Students are given a certificate and a picture is taken and posted outside of their classrooms. As more students become math fact masters, we are noticing an increase in student confidence and engagement. Recognizing students also promotes a positive math environment. Students are supportive and encouraging one another. Making connections between math and the real world makes learning meaningful and memorable. When students see that math is not just something they do in the classroom, but something they use in everyday life, learning math becomes more relevant and much more engaging. One example of this is our hot chocolate bar hosted by Lauren Moulton's 2-3 classroom with the support of our math coach, Emma Ferris. Emma is a co-teacher in Lauren's class 4 of the 5 days a week for math, and her 5th day is spent at a different school. To help consolidate their financial literacy unit, students sold hot chocolate with a variety of toppings to staff and students in a neighboring classroom. Order forms were handed out to the customers with a list of items that could be added to their hot chocolate. For example, whipped cream, 45 cents, sprinkles, 15 cents, small marshmallows, 5 cents, and large marshmallows, 10 cents each. Once the top of the order form was filled out, it was given to the cashiers to complete their transaction. Cashiers were located in groups of 2 throughout the classroom. Each cashier calculated the total cost based on items purchased and recorded the amount of play money that was given to them. The change was then calculated by the cashiers, and the coins and bills were given as change were recorded. Once the transaction was complete, the cashiers created the hot chocolate order for their customers to enjoy. At CVDCS, we are working to inspire students to believe in their math abilities, connect their learning to the real world, and have fun. By doing this, our goal is to create confident, curious learners who see math as both meaningful and enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Hopkin. Showing students that math is something they use every day and that they can do so successfully helps to build our students' confidence and engagement. Another one of our priority schools, Valley View Public School, also took a whole school approach to bringing math to life. Along with excellent daily instruction, the school recently held a math-focused Amazing Race. This activity allowed students to work together, be part of a team, celebrate Francophone culture, and flex their math muscles in a variety of challenges. I'd like to invite Principal Carrie Wilson to speak about how staff and students at Valley View work together to make math accessible, tangible, and fun.
Thank you, Principal Mackenzie. In developing our school improvement plan at Valley View Public School, we focused on results from EQAO questionnaires and the board math survey scores, which indicated that there was room for growth in students' responses to the following prompts: I like math, and I'm good at math. In addition, our educator responses to the board survey about teaching math highlighted teaching of math problem-solving skills as an area of focus as well. In response, we provided professional learning for teachers focused on the direct teaching strategy of shared math problem solving in classrooms. We also introduced engaging math days to encourage positive math talk with fun school activities. Here's our family newsletter. We had a math undercover day in October when teachers showed up wearing math equations and students had to figure out the common element. And of course it was 6-7. And in November, we held a mystery word math challenge day in which math problems were posted for each division in the hallways, and students had to solve problems and figure out the mystery words, which were practice, persist, and grow. And what came next was the Math Amazing Race. As a whole school event, this was developed to pull together our learning, provide a fun way to apply our skills, and promote a positive growth mindset, which is essential for the social emotional aspect of math learning. Students were arranged in multi-grade teams, each representing a different French-speaking country. After students learned some general information about the countries they were representing, teachers led exercises around the concepts of teamwork and growth mindset. Teams engaged in an exercise to become familiar with the language of growth mindset and to apply a mental shift by altering their internal voice. So for example, I'm not smart enough to figure this out becomes, I haven't figured this out yet, but I will if I just keep trying. The language of a growth mindset was also reinforced on our school's message board and through daily announcements. Students also had to develop a team cheer, which combined what they had learned about their French-speaking country as well as a growth mindset. So here are a couple of examples. First, Team Luxembourg.
Oh, wait, okay, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Give us an L-U-X and an E-M-P. Told you are, don't forget the G. We're Luxembourg, Luxembourg, it's a great race. We're going to win first place.
Okay, so that's Team Luxembourg. And the next one is Team Canada. And then you can see beside it the word.
3, 2, 1.
When math gets tough, we don't give up. Canada, Canada, we level up.
What do we do?
We try again.
Like who?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. All right, and then it was race day. To begin, we gathered in the gym where students were organized into their 14 different teams with our youngest learners at the front progressing to our oldest learners at the back of their lines. And to kick off the assembly, our team leaders came in one at a time. And this is a short clip which captures the fun and energy of our kickoff event. Now, since most of our students are too young to remember when the Amazing Race came to Sudbury, we reviewed a short clip to showcase how the skills we've been working on help us to work together with a growth mindset to successfully complete the race. As well, we reviewed the learning from their team building day, and I also reinforced for our students that they've been working hard with their teachers to build their skills using IDEAS, or EDA, shared problem solving model, in their classrooms. This model, which helps students analyze and solve problems through a clearly defined step-by-step process, is used throughout the board. To conclude our assembly, the leaders unzipped the first envelope of the day and the race was on. The first math problem was delivered to our kindergarten team members. This is Team Madagascar reading their first math task in kindergarten, and Team Congo getting to work. As each team completed their grade-appropriate math problem, they set off to deliver an envelope containing the next math face-off to the next team, all the way up to grade 8. Each challenge had to be solved using the skills taught in class in order to proceed with the next envelope delivery. Teachers supported their students, providing encouragement and reminders of the tools that they had available to them. And as in the real Amazing Race, our students also encountered detours and roadblocks that needed to be completed before receiving the next envelope. Here are a few examples of physical challenges, and even singing the school song without error. While Team Madagascar came out as the winner, all students had a full day of learning and fun. We continue our ongoing work in classrooms to develop skills with problem solving and confidence with math, and we look forward to Education Week in May, when we will hold the spring edition of the Math Amazing Race with more of the same energy and learning, along with a few new twists. Thanks for your time. I'll turn it back over to Principal McKenzie.
Thank you, Principal Wilson. It's amazing to see how schools are using data to not just drive instructional moves and professional development, but school-wide events focused on math. Along with engaging our staff and students, part of our work as a math team is to engage families in math learning. One of the ways we do this is through collecting feedback and information from parents and guardians. This is done through surveys. The first survey was administered in February, and the final survey will be administered in June. The survey asks parents about how satisfied they are with the resources provided for their children's math learning. Are they aware of the specific math programs being used in their child's classroom, and what other resources or activities would support their child's math learning? When looking at the data, a significant majority of parents responded yes when asked to respond to the statement, "I am satisfied with the resources provided to support my child's or children's math learning." The specific math programs used in schools that parents were most aware of were Math Reflex, Knowledge Hook, Math Up, and Mathology. These math programs were purchased to support educators and students. When parents were asked what would help them support math learning at home, the top 3 responses were physical practice materials for home, math games for home, and websites that support math learning. This year, we participated in the successful Parent Involvement Committee evening at Sudbury Secondary School, Little Current Public School, and A.B. Ellis Public School, and provided games and activities for families. Central staff are also providing information on different games and activities that can be shared with parents during Education Week in May to support math learning at home. While the survey data is required for ministry reporting purposes, it is also very valuable information for all of us. It provides insight into how parents perceive math learning and helps guide how we can better support them in supporting their children at home. Our introduction of a monthly family newsletter with math tips embedded is one of the examples of how we are responding directly to parent feedback and continuing to strengthen homeschool connections to support mathematics learning. We continue to work with math leads in every elementary school. Every month, we share math information and highlights for math leads to share. With fractions as an area of need, we are currently focused on the resource Rethinking Fractions by Kathy Bruce, Tara Flynn, and Shelley Yearley. On this slide, you can see an example of the information that was shared with math leads in January, encouraging them with other teachers in thinking about fractional notations and related misconceptions. This information complements our monthly staff newsletters, which also highlights key concepts and learning in math. Knowing our students, understanding what they need to learn and how best to teach them is a core priority for the ministry and the board. We remain focused on making sure that our resources, plans, and actions are aligned with the needs of the students we serve. Responsive teaching means that we not only work to understand our students, but that we use that understanding to inform our instruction and planning. By taking this coordinated approach, we're ensuring that data is not only collected, but actively used to inform instruction, strengthen decision-making, and improve outcome for all students. On the February 27th PA Day, all teachers of mathematics participated in professional development focused on making math accessible and engaging for all students. Primary, junior, intermediate, and senior math teachers received subject-specific professional development in division groups. We offered 4 math sessions, 3 in Sudbury, and 1 on Manitoulin Island, designed to support educators in meeting diverse student needs through high-impact strategies. The sessions emphasize using student data to guide instruction, providing targeted interventions, and addressing the need of all learners. This day strengthened educator capacity and reinforced our shared focus on equitable, responsive math instruction. I would like to sincerely thank the team for their ongoing dedication to advancing mathematics learning across Rainbow Schools. As a former math consultant and someone deeply passionate about mathematics and math education, I'm truly encouraged by the progress we are making. Through consistent implementation, strengthened teacher capacity, and responsive instruction, we are working to ensure that every student becomes a successful and confident math learner. At this time, I would be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate, and your team for what a great presentation. So I'll turn it over now to trustees for questions. Trustee Cosmerly, please go ahead.
Not a question, just a comment. It's so wonderful to see the creativity that's put in place to encourage students to enjoy math when math can be not that enjoyable a subject. Okay, I'm a social work background, I'm sorry. But this is good because you have to, right from the beginning, get them interested in math and feel comfortable with math. And it's wonderful to see the great ideas that are being put in place in all of the schools. The creativity is incredible, and thank you, all of you, for being here tonight to share the really different ways that you are encouraging students to enjoy math and to get good at math. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmerly. Trustee Hunda.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. Along with, I pretty much have, again, not many questions, and generally when I do, and they'll come later, I will look you guys up and find the answers. But I just too want to add my thank you. Honest to God, this is so amazing. There's enough people around here that know that math was never really my favorite thing, but oh my goodness, to see it being so much fun, and that takes work and dedication from you all, and I wish you would all go back and please share with your staff, and I thank you for all the work that goes into it, because when we've learned, whether we've liked it or not, through video games and things, there's so much math, and if they're not thinking it's math, then they're learning it, and I don't even know what to say. It's amazing, like some of the things that you're addressing, and I know it's all, again, from the hard work of all of you. And I'm just really proud that this board continues to set it as a priority, and I really, again, just want to thank you for all the work, and please bring that back to your staff for us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Hunda. Any questions online? None online. We have Trustee McCauley now in the room.
Thank you. If I go back far enough, I can't imagine how improved my math scores would be had I been exposed to the type of teaching that Kate and the team are pulling off. To echo my colleagues, it just blows my mind to see the achievements that are done through, initiatives that come from individuals and then team concept. What strikes me when I sit here is the team concept. Everybody's working together, all fine cogs on a wheel. And I think you all should take a measure of gratitude for that from me, who never did well in math. And the chicken would have been very well saved. Thank you all for all you do.
Thank you, Trustee McCauley. Any further questions? Trustee Clement, please.
Thank you very much. That was a great presentation, and like I was saying to you guys earlier, you've made fun again of math. It's fun. Shouldn't be scared of it, and it comes down to staff. Because like that story I say, like I struggled with math all through high school until I got to college, and we were taking computer programming. It was all algebra, matrices, and stuff, and I loved it. Why? Because it was a teacher who said, "Don't be scared of math. This is how it works." So if you have that right person, and you made it fun again, so that's great. So thank you so much for everybody.
Thank you, Trustee Clement. Anything further? So I'll just I'll share a couple of comments also, and I do have a question for you too, Kate. But back in about 2000 or 2001, I was a really young principal at Princess Anne, and I made one of the best decisions I ever made in my life, and that was I had the opportunity to hire Carrie Wilson, and to see Carrie how she has developed and improved, and the work that you're doing at Valley View is just unbelievably great to see. So I just want to say congratulations, and I know how much time it takes to put days like the Amazing Race on, so that's just fantastic. And building a great culture in the school, using math as a vehicle is just fantastic. So just congratulations on that. Kate, I have a quick question for you though. And it's sort of a technical question. Maybe it's not really a technical question, but you talked a little bit about when teachers go to demonstration schools and they have a great day, but you also said they receive support for implementation when they go back to their school. Can you explain to us briefly what that might look like?
Sure. As Principal Hopkin mentioned, the math coach is 4 days a week in their school, and then they have 1 day a week where they do follow-up visits. So on Thursdays, they have teachers come visit their demonstration classroom, and then they give them some time to implement the new practices that they want to commit to. And then coming on a Tuesday, the Tuesdays are days that they're not in their home school, they're visiting other schools. So they're doing those follow-up visits, meeting with the teacher, reconfirming what it was that they committed to, starting up in their classroom, and then providing that support.
Great. Thanks so much for that. That's super. So as all these presentations, I learned lots of things too. So I learned that from now on, when Director Bourget goes too long on his report, we're going to play the theme for Mission Impossible. And the second thing that I learned, that when budget is finally passed at the end of the year, we're going to have the rubber chicken dance. So anyways, once again, everybody, thank you so much for a great presentation. Thank you so much to you all, but all the work that all the teachers and staff are doing in each and every one of your schools. You make us proud as a board and as a system each and every day. So once again, thank you very much. Okay, we will move on with our agenda. And the next item on our agenda is a report from closed meetings of the board. We have no report at this point in time. Section E, old business. We have a set of minutes that we have to deal with, so we will need a mover and a seconder that the minutes of the regular board meeting held on Tuesday, February 24th, 2026 be approved. And that's moved by Trustee McCauley and seconder by Trustee Dewar online. Any errors or omissions or anything that we need to address? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor?
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrow.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor?
Trustee Cosmely.
In favor?
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion is carried.
Thank you, Director.
Sorry, Chair Farrow. Trustee DeBoski's online.
Oh, yeah, Trustee DeBosi?
We can ask her. Are you in favor?
In favor.
Thank you. Very sorry for that. My apologies.
That's okay.
Thank you, Trustee DeBoski. And let's just, the minutes reflect that Trustee DeBoski is in attendance. Our next item of business is reports and recommendations from board committees. And we're going to look at the Governance, Policy, and Bylaw Review Committee, and I'm going to turn it to Trustee Cosmerly for a comment, or am I going to the Director? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the motion on the floor first. We need a mover and a seconder that the revised terms of references as attached for the Governance, Policy, and Bylaw Review Committee be approved. We'll need a mover for that, please. Moved by Trustee Cosmerly, seconded by Trustee Hunda. Any comments or discussion? Trustee Cosmerly.
I'll just say quickly that this motion is the result of changes, or the changes to the terms of reference for the Bylaw Review Committee is the result of changes that we made in the dissolution of our Strategic Planning Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmerly. Online, we go to Trustee Gibson.
Thank you, Chair Farrow. I just wanted to move an amendment. It's a friendly amendment because it's something that was brought up before the governance bylaw meeting and was agreed upon, and so I'm not sure why the motion came as with the word revised in it. But my amendment would be that the main motion be amended by striking out the word revised, because having the word revised in there suggests that we previously approved a term of reference for this committee, and we did not. This is the first time that a terms of reference is coming to the board for approval. So I just think it's more clear and accurate if we remove that term. So hopefully that's considered a friendly amendment. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Gibson. I don't see it as an issue of striking revised. I'll just look around the room. We okay with the friendly amendment, or do we want to discuss further? Okay. Okay, so we have a friendly amendment. I'm just going to ask the trustees, do they want to vote on the amendment, or do we move on to the main motion? Trustee Hunda.
Point of order.
Yes, go ahead, Trustee Gibson.
I have moved the amendment, so I think you'd be looking for a seconder.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Gibson. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, okay. So we're looking for a seconder on the amendment that Trustee Gibson has suggested. Trustee McCauley. Trustee McCauley is seconding the amendment. Now we can open up for discussions. Trustee Hunda, or sorry, Trustee Cosmerly.
I was already on.
Sorry, my mistake. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Trustee Hunda is first, then Trustee Cosmerly. We'll have to deal with the speakers list here soon.
You know, share duty. I can't even remember your question, let alone answer it, but what the comment I wanted to do is I would like to, in an acknowledgement of Trustee Cosmerly chairing this committee and all the work she's done, I would just like to hear her thoughts on it before I make a decision. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Trustee Hunda. Trustee Cosmerly.
I'm going to vote against the amendment. We did approve at the committee terms of reference back in March of 2025. And they were done in good faith, not realizing at the time that it was to go to the board. So these are revised terms of reference from the originally approved terms of reference that were approved at that committee. Thank you.
Any further comments or questions? We're going to call the question now, Director. This is on the amendment, yes.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corby-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
Opposed.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
Opposed.
Trustee Cosmely.
Opposed.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
Trustee DeBoski, sorry.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Gannett.
Abstain.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. So we'll go on to the amended motion now. The amended motion will say that the terms of reference as attached for the Governance Policy and Bylaw Review Committee be approved. We have moved by Trustee Cosmely. We need a seconder. Seconded by Trustee Clement. It's on the floor. Any discussions? Originally it was Trustee Hunda that moved. Thank you. So we'll just go with Trustee Hunda. Thank you. Any questions or comments on the revised amendment, or revised motion? Seeing none, let's call the vote.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corby-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee DeBoski.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmely.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you, Director. We have a second motion, and we'll need a mover and a seconder for this, that the change to the governance bylaw 14.12 as attached be approved. Moved by Trustee Cosmely and seconded by Trustee Hunda. Any comments or discussion on the motion? Trustee Cosmely.
Again, this change reflects changes that came about as we dissolved Strategic Planning Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmely. Anything further online? Seeing no more discussion, we'll call the question. Director?
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corby-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee DeBoski.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmely.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
Favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you very much. Moving on to new business. And under F1, we have municipal elections. So I'm going to turn to our Superintendent of Business, Superintendent Gilbo, to give us a little explanation of these three motions that we have to deal with.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. Being a municipal election year, later this fall, that process will also include the election of school board trustees. This evening, we are presenting three separate motions for your consideration. Each of these motions are consistent with the previous election in 2022. The information provided in your package includes Appendix A, which outlines each area as referenced in the second motion. The final motion allows for voting by internet and telephone, which was approved for the first time during the 2022 election and is presented here again. And I'll let you read the motions and happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Okay, thank you, Superintendent Gilbo. So we'll deal with each motion one at a time. So we'll start with the first motion. That I'll need a mover and a seconder that in accordance with Section 4-1-B Ontario Regulation 412-00, the board does not designate any municipalities within its jurisdiction as a low population municipality. So we'll need a mover for that. Moved by Trustee McCauley, and a seconder, please. Trustee Cosmely. Okay. Any questions or comments in regarding to this motion? Seeing none, we'll call the question. Director?
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corby-Addison. Trustee DeBoski.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor.
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmely.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In
In favor?
Thank you, Trustee Corbier-Addison. Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. Our second motion, we'll need a mover and a seconder that in accordance with Ontario Regulation 412-00, that Appendix A shall form the report of the determination and distribution of trustees as required under Section 9 of the regulation, and further, that the municipality with the largest population in each area and school board election clerk as referred to in Section 8.1 be identified as follows. Area 1, Clerk of the City of Greater Sudbury. Area 2, Clerk of the City of Greater Sudbury. Area 3, the Clerk of the City of Greater Sudbury. Area 4, Clerk of the City of Greater Sudbury. Area 5, Clerk of the City of Greater Sudbury. Area 6, Clerk of the City of Greater Sudbury. Area 7, Clerk of the Town of Northeastern Manitoulin and the Islands. And Area 8, Clerk of the Town of Espanola. So we have a mover and a seconder. Any questions or comments? Trustee Clement. Sir, yes. So we get moved by Trustee Clement and seconded by Trustee Hunda. Any questions or comments? I think I might have got ahead of myself there, so. Seeing none, we'll call the question.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor?
Trustee Dabowski.
In favor.
Trustee Dewar.
In favor?
Trustee Farrow.
In favor?
Trustee Gibson.
In favor.
Trustee Hunda.
In favor?
Trustee Cosmely.
In favor?
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. The third motion, we'll need a mover and a seconder, that the vote by integrated Internet and Telephone Services Bylaw 2026-01 as attached be deemed to have been read 3 times and approved. And that's moved by Trustee Hunda. And let's go online, seconded by Trustee Corbier-Addison. Any questions or comments of the motion? Seeing none, we'll call the question. Director?
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor?
Trustee Dabowski.
In favor?
Trustee Dewar.
In favor?
Trustee Farrow.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor?
Trustee Hunda.
In favor?
Trustee Cosmely.
In favor?
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Director. We move on to next item of business is notice of absence. And just want to let everyone know that Trustee Gibson, Trustee Dewar, Trustee Corbier-Addison, and Trustee Dabowski made a request to me, and it was approved to participate electronically in today's meeting. The request meets the criteria outlined in bylaw number 14. And there are no absences tonight. And that moves on to director's remarks. I've got my phone ready with the Mission Impossible theme song, and I'll turn it over to our Director Bourget for his report.
Well, trustees, I think you're safe from a chicken dance, but I do have a few words to say. I want to hope that all students and staff enjoyed a well-deserved March break, and I appreciate this opportunity to share some information with you. As far as predicted enrollment, this year we have 9,324 elementary students, and for the upcoming school year, we are predicting 9,176 for this fall, which is consistent with what we predicted last year, actually. As you know, we take a cautious approach to predicted enrollment in an effort not to over-predict. Secondary predicted enrollment is being finalized later this week. And also a note, as discussed in a previous meeting, we will have a more detailed report about attendance and pupil spaces at our next meeting in April. Elementary and secondary staffing is underway for 2026-27 school year. These predictions, as you know, inform our staffing levels, and we always remind parents and guardians that there is still time to register, and registering now helps us plan for the fall. A note on the career fair, we want to thank many people, but we did host a career fair on Saturday, March 7th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Lockerbie Composite School. It was a very successful day. We want to thank Tiffany Hayes, our Human Resources Department, and everyone who assisted with the interviews that day, which included members of facility staff, HR, IS, and many, many principals who gave their time very willingly. So we remind everyone who's interested in working for Rainbow District School Board as a teacher or support staff or education worker, you can always visit rainbowschools.ca to learn about great employment opportunities that we provide. Little update on LaSalle Dome. I shared some information already, but just to let you know, there's a slight change. We have been working with our insurer and the assigned claims adjuster to develop a plan to restore the Lancer Dome. And at this point, as an update over previously shared information, we have received authorization from the insurer and the adjuster on the proposed plan, which is good news. And we have coordinated the necessary resources to begin site work on Thursday morning. Snow and ice needs to be cleared before the restoration process can occur. Of course, this is weather dependent, so if there are some changes to the plan, we beg for your forgiveness. As this is an early stage in the process, I do not have any estimates for the time, cost, or timelines. Just know that we'll do this expeditiously and responsibly, and I want to thank Adam Gilbo and Natalie Musso for their leadership in this regard. In terms of transportation, another somewhat topic of interest at this point, I also shared some updates there. Just a quick update from my last one. As you know, school transportation was paused due to road conditions. Today, some bus routes were activated, which is great news, and more will continue to be activated as we clear stops and widen roads. We have daily meetings that take place with the mayor, city staff, the consortium, and our board staff. The city staff is working with the consortium to remove snow in identified areas to facilitate safe passage of buses along routes. We're grateful for the collaboration and support of all the parties. We continue to provide updates to principals, and the consortium provides daily updates to parents and guardians. At our meeting today, it was confirmed that more routes are in progress, and there's a verification process for startup. 23 more routes and an additional 45 more runs are being notified today for startup tomorrow, and there's more verification processes and startups to come in the days to come. We'd like to thank the city very sincerely and the consortium for their continued efforts to reestablish bus routes. In terms of board awards, just a reminder, and perhaps mark your calendars, the Rainbow District School Board will pay tribute to its dedicated employees and community partners with the presentation of board awards on Tuesday, May 12th. This ceremony will begin at 6:30 p.m. in the Sheridan Auditorium at Sudbury Secondary School. Some of the awards, as you know, for outstanding contribution to co-curricular program, Community Partnership Awards, the Go Green Globe Awards, Awards for Excellence, the Barbara Kanarick Memorial Award, and the William N. Roman Teacher of the Year Award will be presented. Also, employees with 25 and 35 years of service will be recognized. In addition, while we're marking calendars, the board retirement dinner will take place on Tuesday, June 2nd at the Crusoe Club. We welcome the opportunity to celebrate our retirees for their many years of dedicated service to the board. Preparations do continue for upcoming EQAO and OSSLT assessments. Our staff and students are hard at work preparing for both, and they've been doing that throughout the year. As you know, successful completion of this test is a requirement for graduation. In the world of extracurriculars, our winter sports seasons have concluded with some tremendous successes, and I always want to take thanks to all those who dedicate their time in any way, shape, or form, whether it be arts, music, school clubs, or athletics, because that makes opportunities for students happen, and we want to thank them for their above and beyond efforts on behalf of our students. Graduation plans are underway. We've provided you with a list of dates, and we will reach out to you to plan. As always, we want to ensure that we have a trustee and/or a representative from the senior team at each graduation. It's an incredible time of year as we watch students proudly come forward to accept the diplomas they've worked so hard to achieve. And lastly, to avoid my chicken run, I would like to thank our students, staff, parents, and guardians for their patience and resilience. By staying positive and working together, we'll overcome all the challenges that the recent weather has provided us. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Bourget. Any questions for our director? Seeing none, I just wanted to echo your comments, Director. It was a difficult few days, but the work that the school boards and the consortium have done along with the city of Greater Sudbury to get us back operating has been really well appreciated by our community. So just a thank you from all of us for the hard work that we put in this extraordinary time. We'll go now to other items, and Trustee Cosmerly, OPSPA Director, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm no longer a director, but such is life. So, as I indicated to trustees by email, on March 12th, the OPSPA Board of Directors approved changes to its general bylaw, which immediately reduced the size of the board from 52 members to 19. This change will allow OPSPA to respond more quickly to issues and to continue to be a strong and viable voice for English school boards in Ontario. In terms of what this change means for our specific school board, we no longer have a seat at the OPSPA provincial table. However, we continue to have voting rights at the Northeast Regional Council table and at the OPSPA annual meeting. Trustees from our board can run for positions on OPSPA's working groups and special councils, and for executive positions on the regional council. With the general bylaw changes, regional chairs and vice chairs are also members of the OPSPA Board of Directors representing their regions, not their individual school boards. In other news, the next North Region meeting is scheduled for April 11th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. as a virtual meeting. As OPSPA scheduled this meeting prior to the March 12th vote, I don't know if this meeting will include trustees from Northeast and Northwest regions or not. In any event, all trustees and student trustees from our board are welcome to attend. And registration is now open for the OPSPA annual meeting, which is scheduled for June 4th to 6th in Ottawa. Registration also remains open for the Education, Labor Relations, and Human Resources Symposium being held in Toronto April 23rd and 24th. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Cosmerly. Any questions for Trustee Cosmerly on her report? Seeing none, thank you very much for your hard. Oh, I've got Trustee McCauley.
Like being the fly on the wall here, like what's, you know, we're making all these future plans and the minister is making his own. What is your vision for the future from OPSPA's point of view?
I think OPSPA is trying to fight as hard as they possibly can on behalf of trustees across Ontario. They did a press release on March the 11th. They've had a lot of support from a lot of communities, especially those communities that are under supervision now. The final decision is the government's, but we should be all doing what we can to raise our own voices, and OPSPA is encouraging people to do that and have put out the resources to help us in that regard. Thank you.
Further questions, supplementary? Any further? Okay, thank you. Thanks once again, Trustee Cosmerly, for all your hard work. We'll go to student trustees now. Trustee Gannett.
Thank you. I have been in contact with Ms. Therian from Espanola High School to schedule a school visit in hopefully this coming April to promote our student senate, as we haven't had any senators from their school in a few years. We are hoping that we can get some interested students for the years to come, and me and student trustees here are very excited to see where this can take us. We have our student trustee elections next meeting on April 13th. And we have many interested senators, and we're very excited to see who our incoming student trustees are. One of our senators, Miles Dinan, who is our media coordinator and who also won first place in skills for the film category, brought the idea to film a promotional video for Senate during our conference and planning process. So we will be starting to work on that very soon, and we're really excited to share the final product. And we will be sending out student sign up at the end of this month to allow ample time for students to register for our Stand Up Speak Out conference. And we cannot wait to host so many future leaders. Thank you.
At the last meeting, we got to provide an opportunity for professional development. Senators worked on public speaking skills through impromptu speeches with feedback from fellow student senators. This was a very fun yet effective activity to work on such important skills that will carry on wherever they go in life, like communication, collaboration, and thinking on the spot. We have been finalizing our itinerary and breakout room speakers. We have been waiting to get a final attendance list to finish some of the larger tasks left to do, like getting accommodations, making groups for activities, planning catering, and more. We have confirmed multiple speaker options for the conference, so now we'll be moving forward with making the final choice at the next meeting. I have been in the works of advocating for more involvement of Indigenous student trustees through asking for mentorship opportunities from Indigenous staff members and new ways to collaborate with staff to bring forward Indigenous student voices within our board. My role is meant to do just that, and with the time left on our terms, I hope I am able to leave a lasting impact for our students.
Thank you, Trustee Sear. Any questions for our student trustees? Look online. Once again, thank you very much for being such great advocates for students. So we really appreciate your reports at each one of these meetings. We'll now move on to trustees' remarks, and I'm going to turn to Trustee Hunda with a matter of some urgency. Trustee Hunda, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. I put before you, which is a little unusual, but the Asta Eeko annual general meeting is scheduled to take place on May 21st to 24th at the Toronto Marriott Centre Hotel. Registration for the conference will be open from April the 6th and it closes on April the 24th. We received this information just 2 days ago. It was too late to add it to this agenda, and the agenda for this meeting had already been set and finalized. So I am asking the board, because the registration closes on the 24th, and our next meeting is not until the 28th, which would be too late to have any motion approved. And because I believe that we all want to encourage professional development and realize how crucial it is for our student trustees, I would like to move the following motion. Ontario School Trustee Association Annual General Meeting, and the motion will read that the board approve the attendance of Student Trustee Sear, Student Trustee Gannett, and the 2 incoming student trustees at the 2026 Asta Eeko Annual General Meeting, being held on May 21st to 24th, 2026 in Toronto. And I'd like to move that motion, and I'd like to put that to you, Chair Farrell.
Thank you, Trustee Hunda. So what we have here is an extraordinary situation where timelines for getting registration for student trustees happen between board levels. So I think that we can take the opportunity to deal with this tonight. So I look at Governance Bylaw 8.3.2. So any individual trustee can bring a motion for board consideration. So this is as a notice of motion. Usually we get this a couple of days beforehand. We haven't been able to do that. But in 8.3.2, and I'll read it so trustees understand it, a trustee may give the chair written notification of a motion along with explanatory rationales regarding any matter with respect to which trustees have a right to vote. The notification of a motion shall be distributed by the chair or designate to all trustees. Where possible, trustees are asked to provide the notification to the chair 2 days prior to the meeting. We've not been able to do that because it just came to in light just yesterday afternoon, I believe. So notwithstanding the above notification in 8.3.2, a trustee may bring a motion at a board meeting without prior notice, providing that 2/3 majority of those present and eligible vote waive the notice requirements. So in order to handle this, we're going to have to first of all have a motion. I'll need a mover and a seconder to waive the notice of motion. And in order to us to consider that main motion, it has to pass by 2/3 majority. So that's moved by Trustee Hunda and it's seconded by Trustee McCauley. Any questions or discussion on the notice of motion? We're going to wait.
Yeah.
So right now we're voting on the waive of motion. We'll call the roll. Or call the question, sorry.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corbier-Addison.
In favor.
Trustee Doboski.
In favor?
Trustee Dewar.
In favor?
Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor?
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer. And Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
The motion to waive the notice is carried.
Thank you, Director, and that's carried unanimously, and I want to say thank you to all of you for waiving the notice. Now we'll go to the main motion, and it's moved by Trustee Hunda, and we'll need a seconder, and seconded by Trustee Clement, that the board approve the attendance of Student Trustee Seer, Student Trustee Gannett, and the 2 incoming student trustees at the 2026 Otsego Annual General Meeting held on May 21st through 24th, 2026 in Toronto. Any further discussion on that motion? Seeing none, we'll call the question.
Trustee Clement.
In favor.
Trustee Corby-Addison.
In favor?
Trustee DeBusky.
In favor?
Trustee Dewar.
You called Trustee Dewar?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. In favor?
Thank you. Trustee Farrell.
In favor.
Trustee Gibson.
In favor?
Trustee Hunda.
In favor.
Trustee Cosmerly.
In favor.
Trustee McCauley.
In favor.
Student Trustee Seer.
In favor.
And Student Trustee Gannett.
In favor.
Motion's carried.
Thank you, Director, and thank you, trustees, for helping with that. Great job.
If I may, Chair,
Go ahead,
just
Trustee
as a
Hunda.
follow-up, I just want to thank everyone. And I know our 2 little juniors here that are doing so remarkably well. Really appreciate your cooperation in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Hunda. Now we'll continue with further remarks, and we have Trustee Corber-Addison online.
Thank you, Chair Farrell. I'd just like to draw attention to Trustee Cosmerly for her years of dedication and devotion to the OPSPA conferences and as our rep for our board and regional meetings and so forth. I've only been in this role as trustee for 3.5 years, but Trustee Cosmerly has done it for many, many more years. Her professionalism and dedication to this role has put us on the map in terms of development with OPSPA matters, and she is a role model to look up to for her dedication. I'd like to thank Judy Cosmerly for her work and dedication with OPSPA. Miigwech.
Thank you so much for those very kind words, Trustee Corber-Addison. And we're all giving you a round of applause, Trustee Cosmerly. We thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Any other trustee remarks? Trustee Clement.
Very quickly, Chair, I want to thank the student trustees for going to the school and promote the senator's job. I did drop in there and I put the bug in their ear that we need trustees. So Vice Principal Andrew and I had a very good talk, and you're going to drop by, you said? Okay, that we'd appreciate that. Also, what we did with social media last year, I think it was, that we tried to do something with it. I'm a big CBC fan. You know, I like my CBC call-in show at noon hour, and it's with Amanda Pfeffer, Ontario Today. So Friday I'm listening, and the theme was teens and kids when it comes to online harm. And the guests were 2 17-year-old kids, Jared Braves and Chris Detzel, and they're from Western University, and they are coordinators for DIY, which is Digital Information for Youth. And then they had the call-in of people calling in about, hey, what were their when they were online, what did they hear with their kids and stuff of this here, and the stories were just unbelievably sad. And these guys, and why are we having to have young youth having to go after our government to make any kind of laws whatsoever to chase after people who put out these websites with no muffler, nothing? And they gave examples of when it comes to self-harm, that kind of thing, we hear it all the time, it's the algorithm that they pick up on. They've literally pick up on this algorithm, and if a kid is having a hard time, whatever, they give hints on how to commit suicide. This has got to stop. We have to chase after our government even more. So hopefully in the future, we can come up with more ideas, write letters to our government and saying, do something. And we know that other countries have done some. I think it's Sweden again. Moving forward, no phones and no computers in the classroom. They've done away with social media, but it doesn't help after the hours. But at least they're doing their part. And I think it's going to have to come to that one day because it's getting really, really bad out there, and the numbers are really sad about being social and all this. It's completely all changed. What's it going to be like for the future of our kids? So I just want to put it out there. If you want to hear the show, it's you can go on to their website, and it was on Friday, March 20th. That show was on, so you can listen to it again. It's on there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Clement. Any further trustee remarks? Looking online. Seeing none. Thanks very much. We'll move on to my remarks for this evening. So once again, thanks everybody for being here tonight. It's been a great meeting so far. Registrations are ongoing in Rainbow Elementary and Secondary Schools. If you've already registered, we want to say thank you very much. If you're not registered your child for kindergarten or grade 9 for the upcoming school year, we encourage you to do so as soon as possible. We look forward to welcoming your child into Rainbow Schools this fall. And the board held its 19th annual Technology Skills Competition on March 4th. The event brought together 165 secondary and 340 elementary students to test their skills in various trades. Students were vying for the opportunity to compete at the Skills Ontario competition this May in Toronto. And on behalf of the board, I extend sincere congratulations to all participants and wish them continued success. This month, schools have been exploring fisheries, conservation, and water awareness in the lead up to Canada Water Week, a national celebration of water that takes place from March 21st to the 27th and coincides with World Water Day, which took place on March 22nd. This initiative is part of the Environmental Education Committee's efforts to encourage sustainable practices and increase awareness about water use. And some 120 students in grade 9 to 12 will explore allyships and identity during the Rainbow District School Board Free to Me conference this Friday, March the 27th. The Harmony Movement will deliver a keynote presentation and workshop from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Lockerbie. The keynote will explore meaningful allyships as an ongoing journey of reflection, responsibility, and courageous action. The educational conference is part of the ongoing work of the Equity and Inclusion Education Committee, which includes community partners. And staff, students, and families in Rainbow are encouraged to switch off for Earth Hour on Saturday, March 28th at 8:30 p.m. Hundreds of millions of people around the world will turn their lights off for 1 hour in a demonstration of support for global action on climate change. The Rainbow District School Board will turn off all non-essential interior and exterior lights in its schools and at the Education Center. And the board science fair took place on March the 10th. A total of 33 projects from students in grades 7 to 12 were selected to compete at the Sudbury Regional Science Fair, set to take place at Laurentian University on April 11th and 12th. Students will vie for an opportunity to attend the Canada-wide Science Fair in Edmonton in May. Congratulations to all students for letting their instinctive curiosity guide you. Best of all, and best of luck to each and every one of you. In keeping with science, some 200 students in grade 7 and 8 from Rainbow Schools will participate in the board's annual Math, Science, and Technology Olympics on April 15th at Science North. Our team of dedicated teachers have prepared challenging questions and activities related to Science North exhibits and the curriculums. Students can expect a fun day of learning and the spirit of friendly competition. And students in grade 1 to grade 8 from 18 Rainbow schools will gather for the 6th annual elementary chess tournament. The full day event will take place on April 16th at the Caruso Club. Chess offers students many benefits, including the opportunity to build on analytical, strategic, and concentration skills. Chess also improves self-regulation, patience, logic, creativity, memory, and self-confidence. We wish all students the best as they make their strategic moves. And a friendly reminder that schools will be closed on April 3rd for Good Friday and April 6th on Easter Monday. So just a note that the director gave me, that the Free to Be Me conference will be rescheduled because of, I guess, the ongoing busing issues. So more will come on that, so stay tuned for an update on Free to Be Me conference, which will not be happening on this Friday, March 27th. It's good to have somebody that's got your back on these things, so thank you, Director. A friendly reminder that schools will be closed on April 3rd for Good Friday and again on April 6th for Easter Monday. And the Parent Involvement Committee meeting will be on April the 12th at 7 p.m. right here. The topic will be safe and caring schools. Parent guardians can join in person or online via Google Meet. The link is on the agenda, which will be available on the board website. And that concludes my remarks for this evening. Thank you very much. In your package tonight, you have some reports and official things. First Nation Advisory Committee minutes from November 20th, 2025, and the PIC Committee meeting minutes from January 27th. There are no tenders requests or for proposals, and non-staff communications. We've shared with you the graduation ceremony dates for elementary, secondary schools and Stepping Up, and also is a copy of a letter that I received from the Minister of Education, Paul Claranda, in reply of our letter that we sent to him back earlier this year. Future meetings: Spec-Ed Advisory Committee on April 1st at 12 p.m. Student Senate April 13th, 2026 at 5:30. Our next Governance Policy and Bylaw Review Committee will be April 14th, 2026 at noon hour. Equity and Inclusion Education Committee April 16th at 3:30. Parent Involvement Committee April 21st at 7th. And the Environmental Education Committee April 22nd at 3:30. And I hope you'll all join us on April 28th again for our next board meeting here at 5 o'clock. So seeing no other items on our agenda, I will now entertain a motion for adjournment. That's moved by Trustee McCauley, that we are now adjourned at 6:37 p.m. Thank you very much.